Hello, and welcome. Hold up, we are already live. Let's see who we got in here. We got Mike. He said, "I'm here for the titties, not the toes." Well, you know what I'm saying. We had to mix it up a little bit. We had to give people some variety because there's something for everybody here. We mix it up. We keep things popping because not everybody has the same taste. Not everybody has the same kink. So you got to keep things interesting. We got G in the building. We got Monk Without a Cause. We got Teddy, UC Love, Margarita, and Terrence. What's going on? And the coffee's a lot better today, actually. Mostly because I just used more coffee and more sugar and more milk. I diluted the grossness of the coffee, but next time I come through, I'm definitely gonna end up getting just much better coffee. Nonetheless, we have things to discuss today. Now I got my big old bottle, you know what I'm saying? I really like these aesthetics right here. You feel me? It just looks nice. And I'll move this over just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There I can see that. Things coming in. And yeah, let me take a quick little swig of this. Gotta stay hydrated. We got Mara. Good morning. I also emailed you, Mara. I emailed you. I got it done because we moving on along with everything. But I'm feeling good about the new year. Yesterday, the very first day of the year was very productive. I worked all day and all through the night. And now it's just really becoming cool because now, like, I'm recapping, I'm watching like the old Batman animated series, the ones from the early 90s. And it's cool watching it as a grown man now because they're so good. It's really good, like, really good. And that a lot of that has become some of my job too. So I'm looking forward to talking about that, especially with our Saturday shows and just keeping everything moving along. We got Fritz in the building. All right. Now, let's see what we got going today. You know what I'm saying? We got several things to discuss per usual, but it's Tuesday, you know, the second day of the new year, all that's out the way. And so we're just picking up. Things are coming along. So let's see. We got Mark Cuban, we got Fox News panelists, we got people mad at them. Oh, now this is actually unrelated. We're gonna bring this up first, just because this is unrelated. We're gonna talk about this on Saturday too. But check this out, right? Zack Snyder, you keep your greasy ass hands. Zack Snyder needs to keep his greasy ass hands off of James Bond. Don't go touching James Bond, man. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you putting your hands on James Bond. And it's not to say that every single James Bond movie ever made is the best, but Zack Snyder, his recent, what was it, Rebel Moon, it's getting absolutely trashed. Apparently, I mean, absolutely nobody likes it. Not just critics, but no one who's checking it out likes it. And Zack Snyder, I feel like his edge is gone. It's like, man, you got to focus on the story. You can't just focus on all the glitz and the glam all the time. So. But we'll save that one for Saturday. So now, what's the first one we gonna get into today? We got a whole bunch of Trump raging and ranting. Hmm. Let's start off with this. Start off with some Democrats in Florida. Let's see what they up to. All right. Oh no, Teddy got a fever right now. I got a cold right now. So yeah, I guess a fever is definitely worse. But it is wintertime, so I suppose if we gonna have one, then now's the time to have it. But definitely hope that you get better soon. All right, now let's see what's up. Massachusetts Democrats call for removing Cuba from terror list. All right, let's see. Let's dig into it. Ooh, all right. Yeah, that coffee tastes much better than it did yesterday. This is my second cup though. I wanted to cut back on the espresso because espresso I like it, but it's just it's strong. Sometimes you want to just, drink a cup of coffee without feeling like you're taking a shot. But sometimes you want that shit. So right now I'm in my non-espresso era. A majority of the a majority of the Massachusetts congressional delegation is pushing President Biden to remove Cuba from a list of governments that sponsor terrorism, a designation issued in the waning days of the Trump administration. In a December letter not previously made public, the members panned Trump's inclusion of Cuba on the state sponsors of terrorism list and asked Biden to reverse it. Quote, it was a vindictive action taken by the Trump administration in January of 2021 as it departed office. And the policy is well overdue for change. In fact, Cuba and the United States have a functioning bilateral cooperation agreement on counterterrorism, wrote the members led by Democratic Reps Jim McGovern and Ayanna Pressley. All current members of the Massachusetts delegation are Democrats. The letter was also signed by Senator Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey and Reps Seth Moulton, Lori Trahan, and Stephen Lynch. The Democrats also prodded Biden on campaign pledges to review some of the Trump administration's sanctions against Cuba. Quote, as a candidate for president, you promised to address re-engagement with Cuba and return to the policy begun during the Obama-Biden administration, and we supported you on this commitment, they wrote. Trump avoided including Cuba on the list until his last week in office. Well, if pretty much everybody's on board with this, then I would suspect that the Biden administration will probably just go ahead and remove him because, it's an easy thing to do. And again, if much the majority of Democrats want this to be done, then I don't see why the Biden administration wouldn't do it. So, whew, my apologies, y'all. Like I said, I got me a bit of a cold right now, so my nose is itching just a tad, but it's not that bad. All right, now let's see. Let's get back to it. Where were we? Cuba's inclusion on the list mandates severe restrictions on the island's access to international financial markets, limiting its ability to conduct business with other countries and entities, which are forced to choose between trade with the United States or with Cuba. Trump's designation, Trump's designation left Biden a hot potato, forced to choose between enforcing a policy that would contribute to Cuba's economic stagnation and immigration from the island, or face political backlash for extending a hand to the island's communist regime. Quote, while there are multiple reasons for the economic crisis in Cuba, without a doubt, a significant contributing factor is the restrictions and penalties facing international financial institutions and other entities because Cuba is on the SSOT list, wrote the lawmakers. Former President Obama removed Cuba from the list in 2015. Well, then this just sounds like something. Again, I don't see why the Biden administration wouldn't do this, but we'll see. We'll definitely keep our eyes peeled on it. All right, it says on the campaign trail, Biden criticized Cuba's human rights record while promising a backtrack on some of Trump's sanctions, but never publicly addressed the SSOT designation, which wasn't in place until a week before Biden took office. Yeah, again, this he just needs to be pushed on this, and he'll do it. We'll keep our eyes peeled. But again, when it comes to stuff like this is an easy political win and an easy political decision in terms of like something that you can put on the tally list, and also something that needs to be done. Um, you know, Castro has been gone in terms of like and even then, the way that the United States just completely barred Cuba from everything really wasn't fair or warranted. But just in terms of like where the original enemies, like they're not here anymore. So it'd be a good thing to get Cuba off of that list and open it up so that the country can prosper more and have more access, and so that we can have better relations with them. But we will keep our eyes peeled on that and see what's going on. Okay, let's see. Hold on, who else we got in here? We got Aaron. Hello, Aaron. What's popping? How you doing today? All right. Yeah, I think that did happen under the Obama administration when we could start going over to Cuba. And that's a place where I need to go as well. That's definitely somewhere where I needs to go. All right, now moving along. Ariola, how you doing? How are you doing? Um okay, we just gonna go through all this Trump. I mean, we got so much Trump stuff today. It's just and again, like it's not like all of this needs to be kept with 100% of the time. But the thing is that now that we're in 2024, the primaries are about to happen and whatnot. We know Trump is the king of the Republican Party, but Donald Trump still has to sell himself to the public. And really all he's going to be talking about is how, in fact, he won in 2020 and how, he's a victim and blah, blah, blah. And that's really not going to hit. It's really not going to hit with the public. One of Trump's biggest problems is that he's already been in office. He's not some new guy. In 2016, he hadn't been in office yet, and he was going against Hillary Clinton. And there's a lot to be said about that just in terms of her ability to campaign. And also, Joe Biden simply is not disliked as much as Hillary Clinton is. Most presidents have relatively low approval ratings going into their reelection campaign. Really, what we're looking at is nothing new, in terms of like electorally or politically speaking. It's really not much anything new. It's a relatively unpopular incumbent president going into reelection with all the resources behind them. And Donald Trump has 91 felonies and 4 criminal indictments. And this is how he's addressing it. Like he's not going to. I mean, again, we briefly mentioned how he said, like, oh, we're going to repeal Obamacare, but no, you're not. And that's not going to hit as hard as it did because people are going to be like, okay, well, you said that last time. And Trump's just too busy, doing stuff like this. So as the months pile on, again, his actual sale to the people is not going to be strong. But this shit is crazy. All right, let's see what's up. Oh yes, and Libby, I also I responded to you as well. I got your email as well, and I'm gonna get on that. All right, but let's just start going through some of Trump's posts. What's his mind on? And then we went over to how he was miserable at his New Year's Eve party, and then he left, and then just immediately started tweeting and truthing. You know what I'm saying? All right, so what did he say? Judging by his rage fueled and all cap social media posts, former President Donald Trump spent part of the New Year's Day holiday seething about various legal and political figures in a manner that can only be considered angry and conspiratorial. Okay, what did he say? Okay, so he was talking about Liz Cheney and Jack Smith. Okay. Okay. Illegally delete and destroy. Okay, but we got to go to, okay, this is what oh God, he's, and again, like at the end of the day, you have to look at the person. You know, what type of person are you actually dealing with? We saw him at the New Year's Eve party. He's miserable. He's losing it. And then he goes, this is where he consoles himself. Like he goes to Truth Social and he just runs his mouth. Like, you know, but in court he loses. It's just like an interesting spot because he put himself in this position. Donald Trump put himself in this position at the end of the day. Why did American disaster Liz Cheney, who suffers from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and was defeated by Congress by the largest margin for a sitting congressman or congresswoman in the history of our country, illegally delete and destroy most of the evidence and related items from the January 6th Committee of Political Thugs and Misfits? This act of extreme sabotage makes it impossible for my lawyers to properly prepare for and present a proper defense of their client, me. Just in case you didn't know who their client was. Them. Right, exactly. He was on the toilet when he put this bullshit out. All of the information on crazy Nancy Pelosi turning down 10,000 soldiers that I offered to guard the Capitol building and beyond is gone. The ridiculous deranged Jack Smith case on immunity, which the most respected legal minds in the country say I'm fully entitled to, is now completely compromised and should be thrown out and terminated, just like the radical left lunatics did to the evidence. And it's like, bro, you can say this all you want, but it doesn't make a difference. You feel like it doesn't make a difference at the end of the day in the court of law, especially. And again, the idea that people are just going to look past all of this is absolutely ridiculous. No, people aren't just going to look past all of this. That's ridiculous. And again, especially the closer we get to election, like this is all he's going to be saying. It's like, all right, well, what are you going to do? I won in 2020. Like that's all he's going to be talking about. All right, so let's see. Yeah, we're gonna keep on going down the list, but he says all of that, but then he loses in court because he's guilty. It's like, bro, exactly. He knows that he's screwed. Like, bro, like, what do you Bruh, he's honestly gonna run. His campaign is gonna be so bad, man. It's going to be unbelievably terrible. Cause that's all it's gonna be. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of him whining and complaining about the hole that he dug for himself. All right, so now we got Jersey has joint second hottest year in 2023. We're seeing more and more of these. It's like every year you can expect it's going to be warmer this year and colder when it shouldn't be. There's going to be fires longer than there should be, places they shouldn't be, all of that type of stuff. The world is on its head. It's flipped on its head. Jersey had its joint second hottest year on record in 2023, according to provisional data from Jersey Met. I live in New Jersey. So, quick little swig. Oh, that fresh water. Of that fresh, purified water. You don't want to drink New Jersey tap water. You can drink tap water in a lot of places. New Jersey's not a place you want to do it. It's not good. It's pretty gross. Now, the statistics showed the average temperature in 2023 was 56 degrees Fahrenheit, the same average as 2014. Oh, well, look at that. It's getting warmer. Mild nights. I just wanted to pull that up real quick. Nothing new, but every single year it gets warmer and the climate just continues to be thrown off and goes crazy in places where it shouldn't. All right, now let's see this. Okay, so all right. Again, more of his campaign has started now. His official campaign has gotten going. Oh, my man's Mike Boy got a whole bunch of tree. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm on a good level. And it's gonna pan out to be another productive day. I'm not gonna do as much work as I did yesterday because I don't really need to, but it's still gonna be a good day nonetheless. But a whole lot more relaxing today than yesterday. All right, Trump promotes Boger. Okay, so again, here we go. He like why? I won in 2020. Like, oh, of course, the why is because he's in all these court situations. So like, he. God, this guy, man. It's like, dude, if only you weren't who you were. Yes, exactly. That's the truth. NYC tap water is pretty good, and New Jersey tap water is really not good. It is absolutely terrible. Absolutely 100%. All right, now let's see what this dude is talking about. All right, so he shared an anonymous report today. Okay, so he shared this today where he started 2024 continuing to claim that he never lost the 2020 election. Bro, he's all over the place. Bro, this is going to be one of the worst campaigns ever because I mean, bro, it's totally incoherent. And how can it be anything else? How can it be anything else with everything that he's dealing with? He's just a man at the end of the day. Like, and he's running on fucking Diet Coke and double quarter pounders. So like, what it's just amazing to watch. I'm definitely ready for 2028 so we can just move on from the Reagan Clinton era. All right, so the 32-page report, which I'm sure he didn't read because he doesn't read, which lists no author or research. This dude posted a report that has no authors and no researchers listed. It just says that he won in 2020. Bro, he has nothing. Nothing, bro. Nothing. This dude is about to get convicted, possibly of all 91 felonies. Maybe not, but oh, what, 20 of them, 50 of them, 70 of them? This dude is really. Oh, we got Elise in the building. We got Dora in the building. Hello. What's going on? How y'all doing today? Let's see. He said, I'm pleased to share a report that is fully verified. Most of the information was gotten from government sources, tapes, and other public records, and compiled by the most highly qualified election experts in the country. Trump wrote on his True Social. platform this morning. Trump secretly hired two firms in 2020, paying them over $1.3 million to find election fraud to prove he was elected. They couldn't find it. One of those hired hid out on Tuesday in despair that, despite his research, the former president continues to make his claims. Among the experts Trump cites is a Rumble video. Yo, Rumble is where all the YouTube rejects go to continue to be losers. Like, all the people who we know what type of people are on Rumble. The fresh and fits of the world and stuff like that. Like Sneakos and people like that who end up getting kicked off of stuff. That Nick Fuentes, that's who's on Rumble. Where are we? Okay, so it was a Rumble video featuring his former deputy general counsel in an office of personnel management. And it says no one in the official White House counsel's office under Trump agreed to his claims. So again, so everyone who is possibly has a hand on this is like, no, this is some BS. Right, exactly. What Rumble or Kick, one of the two. The Senate isn't held by Republicans. Okay, so what? Okay, so Trump said,
What I was doing is bringing to light the fact that the election was, without question, rigged and stolen.
and again, it's like this is a lot of what you're literally in court for right now. A whole lot of this, man. This dude, bro, his fall is just going to. We're watching it happen. Like this dude's complete and total destruction and collapse. We're watching it happen. Like this man is okay. What else did he say?
As President and Commander in Chief, it is my duty to do so. If I did not do this, I would have been in violation of my oath of office. And the Taking Care Clause, which requires the President to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. Therefore, I am entitled to total immunity because that is exactly what I was doing. Taking care of our country and guarding it from rigged and stolen elections. Democrats are willing to play a far different game. They are willing to cheat at levels never seen before.
Oh my god. Bro, this dude is gonna lose, man. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. He I mean, what? Bro, again, he still has to sell himself to the broader public. And this is all he gonna be talking about. This dude publishing reports with no authors and no researchers listed on them. Talking about some he won and bro, he's losing it. Like he he has no campaign, bro. His entire 2024 campaign is nothing more than, oh, poor me. Poor me. That's all it is. That is all it is. Bro, his Christmas message was this dude told people to burn in hell. Like, oh, okay. All right. Like, what the hell? Okay, we already got this. We don't need to hold up. Yeah, we already read Donald Trump talking about Liz Cheney destroying everything. All right, we got to bring this up on a different site real quick. Some juicy news going down in Florida. Hold up. Okay, no, this is old. Okay, that's from the dead. Let me see. All right, here we go. I'm about to bring it up now. Some news up out of Florida. Right, exactly. Pour me another Diet Coke. That was perfect. That's literally it. Let's see. GOP chair Ziegler's rape investigation now includes video voyeurism, affidavit shows. Detectives investigating rape allegations against Florida GOP chairman Christian Ziegler are now examining whether he broke the state's video voyeurism law, according to a new search warrant affidavit. A judge last month issued a search warrant for Ziegler's Instagram account after finding probable cause that he violated the voyeurism law, a felony offense punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Ziegler, 40, faces removal as chairman of the GOP next week in Tallahassee. He has not been charged criminally, and he has denied wrongdoing through his attorney. Ziegler's accuser told police she did not consent to being filmed during an October 2nd sexual encounter at the center of the investigation. Oh, yeah, well, you can't go doing stuff like that. You can't go doing stuff like that. You said, does it involve sailing? Uh-uh. Teddy, Teddy. I'm honestly not. I'm really not concerned about Trump. I think that everybody in the media who's acting like, I think a lot of people are full of shit with Donald Trump, man. I mean, I know he can win, but uh, I'm really not concerned about this dude. I don't see him as he's a joke. All right, let's see. We're okay. So we back with this Ziegler dude. In a November 2nd interview with Sarasota police, Ziegler showed investigators a 2.5-minute video of the sexual encounter and said it was consensual. The woman sent an Instagram message set to vanishing mode to Ziegler asking if he showed the video to his wife. But the woman told investigators she did not know about the video. Oh yeah, man, this dude is done. You can't be doing shit like this, man. And it's really not that hard to not do it. But some people are sick like that. The victim did not give Ziegler consent to take this video of them having sex, the affidavit says. Neither Ziegler's wife or the victim knew anything about the video. Oh, this dude's whole life is crumbling apart. God damn. A Sarasota detective wrote she believes evidence from the crime will be found without the Instagram account. Oh, yeah. Well, we gonna keep our eyes on it. I don't really care that much about the intimate details because I just think, let's see. Yeah, I just now we were getting all in the details, but yeah, man, that's you can't be doing shit like that. And what was it, the Mothers for Liberty, or what was it, some shit like that, out of Florida? Like she was talking all this shit about gay people, and it was like just like, oh, and then she got caught up having a three-way or something, and it's like you can do that if you want to, but it's just it's always those people who end up doing that bullshit. Mayor, I'm not concerned because I got better things to be worried about than his old crusty ass. Uh, I just don't, whatever happens happens. But I'm not about to. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Like I don't. I think that how this is going to end up playing out is going to be incredibly like just duh, of course. Like I'm just not that scared of this dude. Like people act like he's some 35 or 40-year-old hunk, and he's not. Like he's an old man who's past his time, who ain't got nothing but MAGA and his Twitter fingers. Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not. We'll make it. We'll make it past him. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like humanity has faced harder things than Donald Trump. That's just how I see it. Steve Bannon says big fight will soon take place over this direction of Trump campaign. They're going to try to force Nikki on the ticket. Bro, Republicans is not about to support no damn Nikki Haley when it comes down to it.
Simple. Forget Republican and Democrat. Those are, if you're thinking in those terms, you're thinking of old politics. This is populist nationalism versus elite globalism. And if you see Republicans that are not in our camp, they're by and large elite globalists. The Mitt Romneys of the world, the people in the Senate right? The
Nikki
Kevin McCarthy,
Haley.
neocon Nikki, neoliberal
Barbie.
No. Listen, Nikki Haley's biggest donors right now are some of the most radical anti-Trump Democrats.
What did you think?
Reid Hoffman.
What did you think when Jamie Dimon came out at the New York Times summit?
She'd be a great president.
And said she'd be a great president, and we've all got to back her.
One of the fights we're going to have, a big fight, will take place in the spring, will be they're going to try to force Nikki on the ticket. They say Trump needs a woman, Nikki on the ticket. She balances things, and she can bring together that 15% of never-Trumpers in the Republican Party. We're going to have that fight. If Nikki Haley is in this administration.
But see, yesterday we were seeing some people saying how Chris Christie has to drop out of the race because if he doesn't, then Nikki Haley has no chance. But it's like, bro, Republicans want Trump. What difference does it make?
In any capacity, it will fail.
Well,
she's a viper. She's a viper, and once she gets in there, she'll try to run it as prime minister. She'll try to be Dick Cheney.
Oh, yeah, and Mara and everybody, don't, like, I continue to acknowledge that Trump can win. I don't know. I think that he's so much smoke. I think he's so, like, he's hollow. I just don't, he ain't got it in him. Like, he's such a, like, whatever damage he can do, like, people can fight back against him. Like, I just think he's just a big pile of nothing.
She'll try, her to Trump will be just like Dick Cheney to Bush. That's what she'll
But
try
Steve,
to
I
do.
have to ask you, because Richard Barris issued a warning about this, a very specific warning, and he went even further. Barris's warning was this. He said, you put her in as vice president, and they will find someone to Lee Harvey Oswald Trump, get him out of there, and make her the president in his stead. And he said if she becomes VP, that guarantees they're going to take a shot at him.
I got to tell you, we have to put on the table because Robert Kagan, one of the senior most.
Like, this shit's not going to re-catch fire. Like, you feel me? Like, this whole movement has been losing, and it's going to keep losing. Like, if Trump wins, it's like, it's just more of this same loser ass bullshit on its last leg. Like, it's not, this movement isn't going to catch steam with this continually browning country. Like, I'm just not about to let these fucking dipshit white motherfuckers put fear in my heart. Like, I'm just not finna do it. Like, I'm not worried about these people. These people need to be worried about us. You feel me? Like, that's how I see it. These motherfuckers need to be worried about us. Are we really about to sit up here and be terrified of these people? Like, really? Like, what is MAGA at the end of the day? It's a bunch of idiots like this. We can beat these people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's Hitler. It's not the same though. Hitler was in his 30s. It was completely different. Like, it's just, I mean, nah, man. No, no. Donald Trump he's a dipshit game show host, con artist. Hitler was a passionate political enthusiast who had a big dream. Like, Donald Trump's just trying to stay out of prison. Like, if he gets elected, he's just going to go in there and try to stomp on his enemies. Like, he not about to reshape this country. He's like, this dude, nah, man. Nah, like, come on, man. This dude is so full of shit, man. He don't know what the fuck he doing. Like, who?
At Mar-a-Lago,
MAGA.
me and Trump were just talking about strategy and game plan. That guy, he's a wizard. He's one of the smartest people. He is the smartest person I've ever met in my life. And the guy is just freaking sharper than attack. He just understands fighting. I mean, he used to wrestle, so
Look, y'all, I'm not about to be all anxious about this shit, man. I was way too depressed and anxious about my own life last year. You feel me? I'm not underestimating nobody. I'm just not about to be scared of these motherfuckers. These goofy motherfuckers. This big ass brown ass country, man. We not about to lose to these people. fuck these people.
At Mar-a-Lago, me and Trump were just
Steve
talking about
Bannon,
strategy
Donald
and
Trump,
game plan.
old
That guy,
crusty ass.
he's a wizard. He's one of the
These
smartest
people not
people.
about
He is
to
the
beat
smartest
us.
person I've ever met in my
These
life.
people not.
The guy is just freaking sharper
we're
than
gonna
attack.
win.
He just understands
I'm not
fighting. I mean, he
scared
used
of
to
these
wrestle, so he
motherfuckers, man.
understands
Fuck
like
these
what combat sport.
Fuck these people. Shit. Again, y'all have not heard me say one time that they can't win. I'm just telling y'all I'm not scared of these motherfuckers. Because I'm not. These people are a bunch of fucking losers who we can defeat in the long run. We've been fighting and we've been defeating these people, man. People been standing up fighting against evil since as long as civilization has been around. And that's what we gonna keep on doing. We gonna keep standing up and we gonna keep on fighting and we gonna keep the fight alive and we gonna win in the end. I'm not about to be afraid of this goofy motherfucker. This fucking loser who can't stop. No, fuck this dude, man. Fuck these people. I'm trying to be happy. I'm not about to be all depressed and anxious this year. Fuck all of that bullshit, man. All right. Let's see. Let's go to Fox News. Let's see. All right, hold up. Let's see what's up. I don't know why y'all so mad at me for not being afraid. I'm not scared of these people. Like, what is fear ain't finna do nothing good for me, and it ain't finna do nothing good for you either. These people ain't bigger and badder than us. They're a bunch of old time and loser motherfuckers whose culture is dead. This shit is not coming back, and we not about to lose to these people in the end. Fuck these people. Fox News panelist slammed for saying Trump could be president from jail. Well, I guess technically he could be president from jail. Hold up, we got to go to X to watch this video. Hold on, let me bring it up on the other page. Got to bring it up on X. All right, here we go. What you talking about?
Rogan's made, Bill Maher, and others who tend to be on the left, which is that you're feeding into his narrative. And that's why I still think it's his to lose. And I think that by the time we get through the first three and we get to Super Tuesday, it's going to be Donald Trump likely left standing.
All right. So what happens if he's indicted at some point?
He can be president from jail if he has to. But
That's right.
I think to your point, Paul, despite all of the threats, despite all the charges, Republicans are still rallying around Donald Trump. And even if they stoop so low out of
Rogan's made, Bill Maher, and others who tend to be on the left, which is that you're feeding into his.
That was just another day at Fox News. That was nothing special right there whatsoever. Just another day at Fox News. All right, why Republicans are mad at Mark Cuban? Let's see what's up. Thank him for the playbook. Mark Cuban goes viral with sarcastic plan for how Biden can flip the script on Trump. You said we need X in the chat. That's what we need in the chat right now. Thanks him for the playbook. All right, let's see. Let's see. What did he actually tweet? Oh, and Tim. Okay, if Tim Pool is mad, then you probably may be on the wrong track. Let's see. Mark Cuban went viral over the holiday weekend with a piercing, sarcastic comment about how he believes President Joe Biden should approach the effort to remove former President Donald Trump from the ballot. He said, "I wish Biden would come out and say he wants Trump on the ballot. The 14th doesn't apply," Cuban began, parroting a common centrist position in the U.S. Then thanks him for the playbook describing how to never leave office and the appreciation of knowing he can't be charged, no matter what he does, and ends it with, "My fellow Americans, I'm not ever going to leave the White House, and there is nothing you can do to me." Oh, okay. So I guess he's just saying Trump wants to be a dictator. Dude begging for dictatorship. What the fuck? You know, it's like, see, man, these are tweets that you can ignore, but I mean, when your whole identity is being politics or whatever, and being a grifter of some kind, then I guess you have to do it. It says stick to sales. Your legal and political analysis is fifth rate. Why are you so mad at this? Why would you get so mad at this shit? All right, let's see. Mehdi Hassan, he says, actually, this is genius. Oh yeah, I mean, Mary, I've said he can win, but at the same time, his ass can also lose. So like, like other than the polls, nothing else is looking good for Donald Trump. Other than these early polls that there's so much more like meat on the side of Trump not winning when it boils down to it. So like there's also that. And because there's that, like I'm not going to lean too heavily on the side of he could win. Like yeah, he could win, but his ass could also lose. Like he and Republicans been losing since 2018. So like, whatever ends up happening happens. I just, you know, if he wins, it's just going to be because Biden loses enough voters. It's not going to be because like everyone rallies to Donald Trump. Like, that movement isn't growing. You feel me? So like it's I just, you know, that's just what it is for me. I don't know what the tweet means either. All right, we got a couple more. Okay, I think we already read this because yeah, that was him talking about it was stolen. Now, these types of articles are often interesting to me because these are like horoscope type of articles. And like, you were born to live alone if you have at least 5 out of these 6 traits. And I was curious to see what traits were going to be listed, you know what I'm saying? And then they just list very like generic basic traits that like a lot of people have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get you, Mary. I'm just saying like he also can lose. So we just got to wait and see what happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I that's it. I can't, that's just all it is for me. I still think that he's not in that great of a position, like, because he isn't. We'll see what happens. I'm more ready for 2028. Like I don't like Germany's what the size of Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see like how Donald Trump and Steve Bannon could like just fundamentally change all 50 states. Like I just don't see them winning that. Okay, so here, if you love yourself, then you were meant to live alone. If you have boundaries, you were meant to live alone. If you're intuitive, you were meant to live alone. If your time is money, if you aren't a fan of drama, if you know what you're made of, like like these are the most basic, like just kind of I've been around for some time traits. You know what I'm saying? I just like if you love yourself, if you have boundaries, you probably have some life experience. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably have some decent life experience if you have boundaries. If you're intuitive, well, I guess that could, that comes with experience too. Time being money, experience bills and shit like that. If you aren't a fan of drama, experience, life experience, knowing what you're made of, life experience. Look, listen, being able to be by yourself is important, but thinking that you can be totally by yourself, thinking you can be totally by yourself is just not real. Like you can't, like being by yourself for too long is just it'll drive you crazy. It's not healthy for you. It's not, and that doesn't mean that you have to have like a romantic partner, but it's important to just have people that you can confide in of some type, whether they're friends, family members, maybe they're not family members, but it's just important for you to be able to not be by yourself for too long. But yes, we just gonna keep it right. Exactly. If you have self-respect and have some goals, you were meant to be by yourself. You're not meant to be with anybody. But yeah, no, I don't want any of y'all to ever misconstrue my attitude towards this election. I absolutely know that Trump can win, and I continue to say it. I just, at this point in time, I think that there's other than these early polls, and then polls that end up coming out where Biden is winning, no one ever seems to talk about those ones. You feel me? Like, so. uh, yeah, nah, man. I don't know. I just think that my generation and Gen Z and Gen X, I think that we're better than this. I think that we're better than succumbing to our worry of what can happen. Because you know that this is what humanity is. This is what we do. We overcome challenges, we overcome hard times, and we've done this over and over and over and over again, and we gonna keep doing it over and over again, because if we don't, then we not gonna survive. And that's what life is. It's a whole lot of fighting against the current. It's a whole lot of surviving. You know what I'm saying? Like, if these motherfuckers come in office, yeah, 100%, they're gonna do everything they can to fuck shit up. But that ain't nothing new too much. You feel me? It's just another front for us to fight. It's just another battle for us to keep winning. We never gonna get to a perfect place of peace. We never gonna get to paradise. And I just feel that, especially since I'm somebody that will continue to be on the front lines, I owe it to myself and I owe it to everybody else to not be too afraid. You feel me? Like, what good am I to y'all if I'm afraid, or if I'm telling y'all to be afraid? I feel that that's just the way I see it. I'm not gonna be delusional, but like, I'm a big bad motherfucker at the end of the day, and I'm not gonna let these fucking dweebs put fear into my heart. Dangerous dweebs they may be, nah, man, that ain't gonna do nothing good for nobody. Whoever tune into me or whoever believes in me, for me to be, nah, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna share strength with y'all. I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be wrong too, because like, I don't know everything, and whenever I need to be corrected or whenever I am wrong, I think that y'all have seen by now that I don't. Being wrong really doesn't bother me. It's who cares? You feel me? I'm just a person. But again, I just feel that I have a warrior spirit, and my spirit is telling me to be not afraid. You know what I'm saying? Keep living it one day at a time, and we gonna get through this shit. But we had a good one. We ended up having a good one. I'm gonna have to figure out how to implement music and everything back into these streams, because YouTube's algorithm um really is effective. But we're gonna get back to the other programs. This Saturday, we're definitely gonna do an episode of Nerd News. One of the things that we definitely got to talk about is Zack Snyder. Keep your greasy ass hands off of my James Bond, off of our James Bond, off of our 007. Don't be putting your hands on James Bond, because if Zack Snyder does it, he gonna turn it into some fucking Star Wars Narnia fucking Pandora bullshit where you can't follow what's going on, because it's not 2009 anymore, Zach. It's not 2013 anymore. You can't really wow and overly bedazzle people. You can't give people the same type of razzle dazzle as you used to. Now we got to get back to the art. We got to get back to the storylines. So, Zack Snyder, you keep your goddamn hands off of James Bond. Now, I love and appreciate all of y'all. Oh shit, we having a good time. But no, I'm gonna get some of these clips out, get back to work, and y'all have a good afternoon, and we will be back to streaming tomorrow. Peace and love, everybody.